Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep and have wonderful dreams. This is a brand new day for you. It's a brand new day. You can make new choices. This day could have a different ending than yesterday did. Bless it. Sanctify it. Live long. Live joyously. Live prosperously. Use today to make new decisions, to build a new great life for yourself, and live into the future that you want. Today, we're going to talk about something pretty interesting that I discovered in the book of Genesis. Like I said, the book of Genesis is my favorite book of the Bible. And the foundation of my entire philosophy, my religious beliefs, stem from the first two chapters in Genesis. I think you're going to like this today. First, let me put on my magic glasses that help me see the Word of God more clearly. And let us read. Thus, the heaven and the earth were finished. This is at chapter 2, by the way. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. By the seventh day, God completed his work which he had done, and he abstained on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because on it he abstained from all of his work which God created to make. Imagine, if you would, all of creation has been completed. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished. Now, what do we mean by that? What does he mean? The heaven and the earth was finished. As we learned from the first chapter, is that the heaven is the firmament. The heaven is the firmament. It's that dividing line between the physical universe and the spiritual universe. It's the difference between waveforms and particles. It's a line of demarcation where thoughts become things. And we know that with creation, when God was creating the physicalness, the things, that God had the thought first. The thought in the ether vibrated. Then he said the word, which is forming. When you say something, you are forming it in the physical universe. When I say glass, you have a picture of glass. Now, it might come up differently for you. You might think of a glass window, or you might think of a glass pane, or you might think of a glass of water. Thank you very much for that nice, refreshing glass of water. So I want you to get from this is that they're describing how you can manifest things in the physical universe. They're describing here how the heaven and the earth, waveform, particle, heaven and earth. Try not to think of heaven as a place where there's mansions and roads of gold and things like that. It's not what they're talking about here. This isn't what they're talking about. They're talking specifically about the waveform and particle. Hey, we get that? Okay. Thoughts become things. All right. So as we go forward with this, thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. And what is an array? An array is a group of things that are working together in a harmonious way. They're all working together, meaning no parts can work without the other parts. The heaven cannot exist without the earth, and the earth and the heaven exist for the earth. The heaven exists for the earth. Okay. And for the earth to exist, that gives the heaven purpose. I know. It's amazing. So the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. By the seventh day, God completed his work which he had done, and he abstained on the seventh day from all of his work which he had done. God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because on it he abstained from his work which God created to make. Doesn't that seem kind of weird to you? What does this really mean? What does it really mean that God abstained from his work on the seventh day? What, was he tired? Did he need a break? Did he work so hard that his muscles were sore and he needed to relax for a little bit? I'd like to think of it this way. Now, God really wasn't taking a break. He wasn't really taking the day off. He wasn't really tired or anything like that, or needed to rest. I don't see that here. What I do see here is God sitting back and just observing, being the observer of what was created. Just sitting back and looking at it, studying it, admiring it. Think about it. You might know artists, and you can talk to them and see that when they create their artwork, is that they'll sit back, they'll finish all the work, they'll paint it and sign it or whatever they're working on, and they'll sit back and you'll see them do this. They'll sit back and they'll look at it. And they'll admire their work. They're looking at it to see if it is reflecting the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that they wanted to put in it. You see that they'll do that. They'll just sit back and they'll look at it and they'll be like, that looks really cool. And they might make little adjustments here and there. But they'll take a break from their work and they'll admire their work. That's what I see here. That's what I see occurring here. And So when we apply that to our own lives, in fact, it was written in the Jewish law that on the Sabbath you don't do anything. You rest. That's an order. You're going to take a break whether you like it or not. You're not going to do any work on that day. And here's what I think is the purpose of this. Is for 6 days, you have been creating your life. You have been creating the things that are magnificent to you. Now, some of you may be thinking, I don't know if the way that my life right now is so magnificent, Reverend Dr. Ken. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what my life was like. Over the last week, my dog bit me, my wife left me, my kids hate me, my job fired me, my house was taken. So, no, my day is not good. my week was not good. I didn't create that. If I had the choice to create the world that I wanted to live in, Reverend Dr. Ken, I would have created that one. Yeah, I know. But all these things were created so that you could learn something from this. And perhaps this is it. Because Sunday, or Saturday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday, any day of the week that you choose to make your Sabbath day, you should take time to look back and reflect on your life that you've had this week and look at it and wonder, what changes could you have made to make it better? What could you do? What could you start doing tomorrow to make your next week better than the last? What can you do? And then you write it out. First thing tomorrow, I'm going to do this. First thing tomorrow. And then you begin to create the new life that you want to live into. Really, there may be other things out there that that's like you don't seem to have any control over. And there are, because there's other people out there that are creating their lives just like you. Excuse me. So what you need to do is just relax. Take your Sunday and relax. And look on the day that you had. Look on the creation that you created over the last week. Look at it and see, was it all good? If there are times when you can think, no, it probably could have been done better, make note of that. Promise to yourself that the next time something similar to this occurs, I will respond differently. I will create a new ending for that situation. Simple as that. It's not simple, it's hard, because we're not used to doing that. But this is something new. Do what God did after He created His week. Just sit back and wonder. Just look at it and wonder. And then set out to create the life that you want to live into next week. Okay? Hope you enjoyed this message today. And please share, like, and subscribe. Visit our website if you want to know more about what we're doing at www.thewayofenergy.org. And you can see some of the work that we've been doing. So, until we meet again, I wish you well.